Hey all, and welcome back. So, something big just happened in New Jersey politics, something that's making waves across the country. Democrat Mikie Sherrill has just been projected to win the New Jersey governor's race, defeating Republican Jack Ciattarelli. And trust me, this isn't just a local story. It could say a lot about where American politics is heading next. Let's unpack what this all means together. So, here's the deal. Mikie Sherrill's victory makes history. It's the first time since the early 1960s that one party, in this case the Democrats, has won 3 consecutive terms in the New Jersey governor's office. That's a big deal in a state that's known for swinging back and forth between parties. It shows that something deeper might be shifting in how voters see leadership and stability. But what's driving that shift? Is it about policies, personalities, or maybe just trust? Now, if you're not too familiar with Mikie Sherrill, she's a really interesting figure. Before politics, she was a Navy helicopter pilot and later worked as a federal prosecutor, so she brings that disciplined, service-driven background to the table. She's been serving as a U.S. representative since 2018, representing New Jersey's 11th district. In her campaign for governor, she positioned herself as a moderate Democrat focused on practical issues, things like affordability, infrastructure, and trust in government. No drama, no shouting matches, just the message of getting things done. And honestly, that kind of messaging might be exactly what voters were looking for. With all the noise in politics lately, a candidate who promises competence over chaos can sound refreshing, right? But it also makes you wonder, are Americans starting to crave calm and steady leadership again? On the Republican side, Jack Ciattarelli put up a strong fight. He's a familiar name in New Jersey politics and previously came close to winning the governor's seat back in 2021. This time around, he had backing from President Trump, which energized the Republican base. Ciattarelli's message was all about affordability, taxes, energy costs, and the cost of living, which are real pain points for many families. But the question was, could that message break through in a state that's been trending more blue, especially in the suburbs? In the end, it looks like voters chose Sherrill's brand of moderate, pragmatic leadership. And here's where things get really interesting. This race wasn't just about New Jersey. It was one of only a few governorships up for grabs in 2025, which made it a national test case. Both parties were watching closely to see if suburban voters would stick with Democrats or swing back toward Republicans. So what does it mean that Democrats held on, and by a comfortable margin? Well, for one, it could signal that moderate Democrats still have strong appeal in suburban areas, especially among voters who might feel turned off by extreme rhetoric from either side. It also might show that Trump's endorsement power has limits in states like New Jersey, where his brand of politics just doesn't resonate as much. And for the Democratic Party, this win could be a real morale boost heading into the 2026 midterms. But let's look at what this means on the ground for New Jersey. Outgoing Governor Phil Murphy, also a Democrat, leaves office after 2 terms. Sherrill's win means policy continuity, but with her own twist, more focus on affordability, infrastructure improvements like the Gateway Tunnel project, and maybe a more centrist, bipartisan tone. What do you think? Will a moderate approach like hers make politics in New Jersey less divisive, or is that just wishful thinking in today's climate? Another thing to watch is how the Republican Party reacts to this loss. Do they double down on Trump-endorsed candidates, or do they try to reach back toward moderate voters who might have drifted away? It's a tough balance, and one that could shape the next few election cycles. And here's something fascinating to consider. Could Mikie Sherrill's success be a blueprint for Democrats in other swing or suburban states? She ran a campaign centered on results, not rhetoric. If that formula works in a polarized time like this, we might be looking at a hint of how future Democratic candidates can win back skeptical voters. So, as the dust settles, one thing's clear. New Jersey just became a political case study. It's showing us how voters may be recalibrating what they want. Less confrontation, more results. Less ideology, more problem-solving. But of course, time will tell whether that holds true when the next round of elections rolls around. Now, I'm curious, if you were voting in New Jersey, would you have gone for Sherrill's message of competence and calm, or Ciattarelli's focus on cutting costs and lowering taxes? And what do you think this means for national politics heading into 2026? Let's get that conversation going in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your take. All right, that's it for today's breakdown of Mikie Sherrill's big win in New Jersey. It's a fascinating moment that could shape the political conversation going forward, not just in the Garden State, but across the country. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more political deep dives, and don't forget to share this video with your friends who love following US politics as much as we do. Thanks so much for watching, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll catch you in the next one.